What if the greatest invention of our generation isn't another phone, another app, another product, or another algorithm? What if it's a new way of living together? For a long time, I've been asking myself a simple question. What if we're not meant to compete our way into the future? What if we're meant to build it together? The more I observe the world, the more I notice a pattern. We have incredible technology. We have brilliant minds. We have AI, satellites, supercomputers, renewable energy, instant communication, and more knowledge than any generation before us. Yet so many people still feel disconnected, exhausted, lonely, anxious, and afraid. Maybe the problem isn't that humanity lacks intelligence. Maybe we've forgotten what intelligence is for. I've spent a lot of time watching nature. Nature doesn't waste. The leaves that fall become soil. The soil feeds the trees clean the air. The rain feeds the rivers feed the ocean. Everything has a place. Everything contributes. Nothing exists completely alone. Nature isn't sustained because one thing is powerful. It's sustained because relationships are healthy. Maybe that's one of the greatest blueprints we've ever been given. Not to dominate nature, to learn from it. Every season has a purpose. Winter teaches rest. Spring teaches growth. Summer teaches abundance. Autumn teaches letting go. Even storms have a purpose. Nature doesn't rush. Nature adapts. Nature heals. What if we designed our communities with the same wisdom? Imagine cities where technology doesn't replace humanity but supports it, where AI handles repetitive work so people have more time to teach, invent, care for family, create art, mentor others, and build stronger communities. Imagine energy becoming cleaner, smarter, and more efficient over time. Imagine products designed to restore ecosystems instead of only consuming resources. Imagine businesses asking a new question. What do we give back? Not only what do we take? Imagine measuring success by more than money. How healthy are our children? How strong are our families? How much trust exists between neighbors? How many people have the opportunity to discover their gifts? How healthy are our rivers, forests, and oceans? How many people are creating instead of only consuming? Those are farms of wealth too. I've realized something else. Technology alone won't save us. Unlimited energy wouldn't automatically heal loneliness. AI wouldn't automatically create compassion. Innovation doesn't replace character, it amplifies it. If our hearts remain divided, our inventions will reflect that division. So maybe the foundation isn't technology, maybe it's trust. Trust is the invisible infrastructure behind every healthy community. Without trust, knowledge is hidden, resources are hoarded, communities divide. People stop believing in one another. But where trust grows, ideas are shared, people collaborate, communities heal, innovation accelerates. I've also been thinking about knowledge itself. What if knowledge became something we shared more freely? Not because creators don't deserve recognition or support, but because humanity grows faster when we can build on one another's discovery instead of constantly starting over. Every generation stands on shoulders of those before it. Imagine if we intentionally made the staircase stronger. Then there's healing. We've spent generations passing down wounds, fear, shame, violence, addiction, isolation. Sometimes we call them generational curses. Whatever name we use, they affect real people. If one member of our community is hurting, that pain doesn't stay isolated forever. It spreads through families, neighborhoods, schools, workplaces, and future generations. Healing is not only personal, it's communal. We don't help people because they're broken. We help because they belong. Every person carries experiences, talents, and perspectives that could strengthen the whole community. How many inventors have never built because they lacked opportunity? How many artists stopped creating because nobody believed in them? How many children never discovered what they were capable of because nobody planted hope in them? Every person matters, not because of what they produce, because of who they are. Faith has also shaped how I think about this. The Bible speaks often about loving your neighbor, caring for creation, serving others, and using our gifts wisely. Many other traditions also point toward compassion, humility, stewardship, and responsibility. Science teaches us to test our ideas against reality. Nature teaches us about cycles, resilience, and relationships. Fuck. Engineering teaches us that strong systems depend on how their parts work together. These aren't identical teachings, but they all invite us to become wiser stewards to the lives we've been given. So what is faithful society? To me, it isn't about creating a perfect world. It's about creating a world that keeps learning. A society where technology serves humanity, where businesses restore more than they consume, where communities help people heal, where knowledge lifts others instead of becoming another wall, where children inherit healthier systems than we did, where success includes integrity, compassion, wisdom, and stewardship, not only wealth. I don't claim to have every answer. This isn't a finished blueprint. It's an invitation to build one together. The strongest ideas should be questioned. They should be tested. They should be refined. A vision that cannot survive honest questions isn't ready to become reality. So ask hard questions, challenge assumptions, including mine. Bring your knowledge, bring your skills, bring your creativity, bring your compassion, because none of us can build the future alone. Nature reminds us of that every single day. Every root supports another. Every river connects to another. Every season prepares the next. Maybe humanity was never meant to stand apart from one another. Maybe we were always meant to grow together. Faithful society isn't asking us to become perfect. It's asking us to become faithful to truth, to one another, to the gifts we've been given, and to the responsibility we share for the world we'll leave behind. If we can build with wisdom instead of fear, create instead of only consume, restore instead of only take, teach instead of gatekeep, and remember that every person has something meaningful to contribute, then maybe the future won't be built by a few extraordinary people. Maybe it'll be built by ordinary people who choose to trust, to serve, to learn, and to keep planting seeds they may never see fully grown. That's the kind of future I want to help build, one rooted in faith, one guided by wisdom, one strengthened by community. Now, one that leaves both people and the earth healthier than we found them. That, to me, is faithful society.